Hello students, in today's class we will study about energy stored in a capacitor. Now any capacitor is charged by a battery and the work done by a battery in charging the capacitor is stored as the energy inside the capacitor, which is later used up via a resistor. Now as you know, the parallel plate capacitor is two plates separated at some distance small d. Now initially what happens, one plate is charged say positive, and equal amount of electrons are transferred from one plate to the another until and unless both the plates are having the same charge. Now here we have taken one plate to be of plus Q charge and another plate will be equally and oppositely charged, that is minus Q charge. Now suppose during charging we increase the charge from plus Q dash to Q dash plus dq, from Q dash to Q dash plus dq. Now due to this increase in the charge, there will be a potential difference, that is V dash will be equals to Q dash by C. We have already seen the formula for charge, that is Q is equal to CV, so we are applying that formula. Now the work done in charging up to this potential will be dW equals to V dash into dq. From here we will substitute the value of potential, so V dash will be Q dash by C into dq dash. Now the total work done to charge the capacitor from uncharged state to the final charge Q is W equals to integration 0 to Q Q dash by C into dq. So 1 by C will be outside the integration, so we will integrate only Q dash dq. So if we integrate Q dash, we will get Q dash square by 2, and the lower limit and upper limit for integration is 0 to Q. So after putting the limits, it will be 1 by C Q square by 2 minus 0. So 0 you cannot, so you can neglect that. So finally you will get the work done as half Q square by C. Also we know that Q is equal to CV. So here we will put instead we will substitute the value of Q with CV. So we will get W equals to half CV square by C, that is equals to half CV square. So this amount of work done is stored in the capacitor. So work done will be equal to the energy stored, that is the potential energy. So U will be equal to W, that is equals to half Q square C, or you can say half CV square. So we get two formulas for potential energy or the energy stored in a parallel plate capacitor. Next we will do energy density in electric field of a parallel plate capacitor. Now the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor we have derived in previous classes, epsilon 0 AD, where A is the area of the parallel plate capacitor and small d is the distance between the parallel plates. And also we know that the electric field in at any point between the parallel plate capacitors is sigma by epsilon naught. Now the charge capital Q given to the parallel plates will be equal to the surface charge density sigma into area A of the parallel plate capacitor. So from here we can see that sigma equals to epsilon naught A, so we will substitute the value of sigma here. So Q will be epsilon naught E into A. Also we have derived just now that U is equal to half Q square C. So here we will substitute the value of Q from this equation. So it will be half epsilon naught A E into whole square by C. Also from this formula, C is equal to epsilon naught A by D, we will substitute the value of C over here. So finally we will get half epsilon naught E A whole square by epsilon naught A by D. So after simplifying this formula, we will get energy as half epsilon naught E square AD. Now this AD is the volume between the plates. Since A is the area and D is the distance, so area into distance means volume. That is the amount of space between the two plates. So energy density per unit volume, small u equals to capital U, this one, energy capital U by AD, that is equals to half epsilon naught E square, where E is the energy, E is the electric field between the two plates.